can't see the light because the light is blue. Blue light you cannot see. Not like iron laser light, but red light you can see. So it's quite dangerous. Yeah, just be careful. Well, let us start with something today. Mom, why are humans wearing muzzles? Strange, right? Last time when the dogs, when they got problem, so we let the dog wear something on the neck. But today, men got to wear muzzle. Unfortunately, this year everything is so special, so different. Easter egg also got to put on mask. And what a tragedy! Now we have pure air, and we have a mask on our nose. This is very funny, but actually it's not funny at all. Then it's also not fun. It's for the benefits of everyone, for the benefits of taking care of your family members. You guys may know, you guys might heard, or you may not know. You know, in Sarawak, someone came back from Italy, and he didn't go on what they call it, lockdown. No, not lockdown. What do you call it?
Quarantine.
14 days quarantine. Yeah. So eventually, the colleagues get infected, and 5 of the family members pass away. It's so sad, right? I think everyone would not like to have this thing to happen. So again, best is you put on mask. Oh, where's the other photo? Oh, I missed that. I missed that one, which I supposed to download. Wait, too many things. Sometimes then, okay, it's okay. Still not yet start playing. You can see. I have this very interesting one. This one I forgot to download. Okay. Yep. Yeah. Probability of contagion. So you see the first picture? This is very high. So unfortunately, a lot of country, a lot of people, they are still arguing, oh, you want to put on mask, you don't want to put on mask. For me, it's a must if I go out, right? Because you just look at this illustration. Yeah. Very high, and how about this? Medium. And the best is, everyone put on mask, face mask. It's very simple. The only problem is, some of you may not be able to get the mask. But that's not an issue. As long that you are taking care of the family, you want to make sure you are safe, I'm sure you can find a way to get a mask. Okay, it's about time. It's about 3 o'clock. Oh no, it's just 1 plus 3. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, everyone, all the Vantros members, all the leaders, and all our new friends. Hopefully today we have a lot of new friends, and today we are very, very pleased that we have our GM Andrew Ling as our special guest, our guest speaker, right? So I think a lot of East Malaysia friends have been listening to Andrew's presentation all the time. But for West Malaysia, well, we are not as lucky as you, also put it in that way, because most of the time we have some other people, sometimes some leaders doing the presentation for us. So for us, those stay in West Malaysia, today is a very special day. Yeah, not only because of MCO, and also because we have Andrew Ling, we have Andrew, our General Manager, to be our guest speaker. Let's give him a clap. Come on, make some noise, guy. Can you make some noise? Or you, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So kind, so kind. To be our speaker. So this picture looks very funny, right? The two dogs was talking to each other.
Mr. Andrew.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
A lot of things now the whole world go the other way around. That day I was talking to someone through phone. I don't meet anybody. I don't want to get myself into trouble. It may be kena fine 1,000 ringgit nowadays. Don't simply stop at the roadside. You go for shopping. So the police catch you, then too bad. Right? He says now it's like the human being own this world a big favor, because we have been cutting down all the trees. We have been doing all these funny things, right? So now it's time that we return all this to this earth. Some call Mother Nature. Okay, if you look at some satellite picture, the whole world is so clean now. Because human beings, when they don't go out, they lock down, everything is very clean. This year, the Easter eggs also put on masks, right, to safeguard all the other eggs, to safeguard everybody at home, right? So what a tragic. Now we have pure air outside, but we have masks on our nose. But don't worry about that. Very soon we'll pollute the air. Okay, look at some figure, just to update. In total, there are almost 2 million cases COVID-19 in this world. And America, they have already crossed 500,000. What a sad story. When China having this problem, the whole world basically think that, well, I'll be okay. Maybe this thing only happened to Chinese. Sorry, the COVID, they don't know who are Chinese, who are Amokao or whatsoever. You look at Spain, overtook Italy already. France, Germany, UK, now China, zero case. And Iran also catching up. So this is very, very dangerous. Yeah, and look at here, Turkey. Oh, praise God! We were at Turkey that time. Everybody, some of the member, they got the incentive trip. Unfortunately, they don't want to go. Sorry about that. Sorry to say that. We were there. We were enjoying ourselves, right? So by the time we came back, I think after 2 weeks, still zero case in Turkey. So yeah, we were there at the right place at the right time, and we are enjoying ourselves. So you guys, you wait next time lah. And I think the challenging one are those countries where the health facility are not so good now. Country like Ghana, Africa, Bangladesh, India, all this will be quite challenging for them. So well, I saw monkey swimming in swimming pools, no? Somebody post in Penang, also in Singapore also, right? Because basically mankind, we are locked into our house. We really cannot go out, so the animals are free. They are going everywhere, enjoy themselves. Right? Right. You see, before that, everybody are talking about healthy lifestyle. Hello. I think we have someone talking. Hello, if you are not Albert, who is Albert? Hi, Albert, can you mute your mic? I think I'm going to mute everyone. I don't allow you all to unmute yourself already. Sorry, because today is a very special day, It's so difficult to get Andrew here. I'll let you talk later, don't worry. So everybody like outdoor, including myself, right? But can you do it outdoor? Why we do all this? We do all this because we want to get healthy. We want to get healthy, we do exercise, we go to a gym, swimming pool, but today everything closed. The only thing you can do is at home. And probably you can have some healthy food, provided you already bought a lot. So you can cook at home, no MSG. Yeah, and you can have your herbs or whatsoever. So what can you do if let's say you cannot go outside. You cannot exercise, and a lot of people believe that by exercise they can boost their immune system. Of course, there are some facts behind all these things, right? So, are you fit? Are you healthy? Are you sure that you have a good way to prevent the virus? Even if the virus is in your body, your immune system is strong and good enough to fight, or in some way, are you shielded? And or you are just hoping by doing step A, step B, 7 steps to getting yourself to be healthier, or you are just hoping that you can be protected. But no matter how, if you go out, please wear mask. Or when you come back, wash, detox, sanitizing. So, you have already known Vantros, and you have known there's a device that NASA developed and let the astronaut use during 80s, and this product is endorsed by this Geneva International Exhibition. And some more, you have this MedCert, the EC, European Community Certificate. These are the very strong endorsement. And furthermore, you have ISO 13485, which is medical device. And also the factory that assemble this, they also get the endorsement from the authority. And even in Malaysia, our government, right, also endorse the product. Do you have such a solid or good product that can really, when you use it, you are very sure that it will help you to enhance and build up your immune system? And not only that, by wearing on your wrist, you can also enhance your lung meridian. So I like this guy. This guy very funny. You watch his video. If you don't know, now you know. Simply because now we have our GM, we have Andrew, right? Andrew is going to share with us, and it's from the company point of view, how is IM laser going to help us, and how are we going to use it at the correct way, and what are the scientific breakthrough, the science behind the IM laser or cold laser, or you call it low-level laser therapy. So all in all, Andrew is going to share with us later about the advantages using IM laser. See now, I'm using my cold laser. Today, this is the 3rd time I'm using already. Early morning when I wake up, I put on the nose tube. Not only in the afternoon, I don't put a nose tube. So now I would like to pass the time to our GM, Andrew. Okay, welcome Andrew on board, and I'll pass the time to Andrew. Hi Andrew.
Okay, hi, good afternoon all of you.
Good afternoon.
First of all, on behalf of the company, I would like to thank you, Mr. Caleb, and all the Diamonds for organizing this online. Despite we are having COVID-19, we are still able to do all this training and all this product presentation to share with all of you regarding the new products and things like that. But anyway, thank you for involving me in this meeting as well. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to just to share with you what is cold laser all about. I will put it as simple as possible so that more people can understand. Okay, but before I start off, I know that a lot of the people, their first impression on this IM laser, what does it look like to all of you? Majority of the people says it will looks like a big head watch. Some even says it looks like a sport equipment in which you wear on your hand. You do your exercise. You want to know how much calories you have burned, or what is your heartbeat and things like that. Some even say it looks like those 10 to 15 years ago, those computer games for kids. But in actual fact, to be more specific, this IM laser is actually not what we have mentioned just now, but rather this is actually a 3-in-1 household medical device. It is actually an integration of Western cold laser technology plus Eastern acupuncture treatment plus the magnetic therapy. It is a 3-in-1 household medical device. Now, the first thing, in terms of the cold laser technology, have any one of you heard of this before? Usually, from what I know, is that majority of the people from Malaysia, they have not heard of what is cold laser technology all about. But in actual fact, the cold laser technology is actually not a new technology. Like what Mr. Yo has mentioned just now, 40 years, 50 years ago, the US already started using this technology for treatment. It's just that we do not know. Now, the first group of people that came from US that use this technology for treatment, they are actually from the US NASA. As you know, the astronauts program NASA, as you know, astronauts, they always travel to space and due to different environment, different gravity level, whenever they came back to Earth, they always encounter a certain changes in their body condition. That is when the US NASA actually came out with this technology to help to treat the astronauts. Now, the second group of people from US, they use this technology for treatment. They are actually from the US Olympic team. As you know, sportsmen tend to encounter injuries, am I right? When you have injuries, definitely you have pain, you will have swollen issues. The US Olympic team is actually the second group of people that use this cold laser technology to treat their pain as well as to resolve their swollen issues. Only then in year 2001, the US FDA officially recognized this technology can be used for medical therapeutic purpose. Now, if you talk about today in Europe, in US, this technology is very commonly used by not only the public, but in the hospital as well. So it is not a new technology. But how come this particular technology has been proven in US by the medical doctors that at least it can deal with 80 types of health issues? How exactly does it help us? That is what I'm going to explain to you today. Now, in order for us to understand how this technology helps us, we have to go back to the fundamental of our body to start understanding. Now, as you know, our body, the most important components in our body is actually the cell. Am I right? Why it is so important? This because cell is actually the basic building blocks of all living things. Next slide, please. Now, if you talk about from our tissue, from our organs, even our system, even our whole body is actually made up of cell. Basically, if I tell you if all the cells inside your body are healthy, you will live healthily as well. But on the other hand, if all the cells inside your body are having problems, are damaged, are having a lot of issues, then in long term, it can actually create a lot of health issues for you. Now, in actual fact, in our body, there are more than 250 types of cells. Each cell has its own individual functions. Let me just give you some example. For example, your skin is actually one type of cell. It has its own function in your body. Even your red blood cell is another type of cell. It has its own function of carrying oxygen, nutrients throughout your whole body as well as carrying your toxin out. Even your brain has its own cell as well. It has its own function as well. Despite there are so many types of cells inside your body, all has its own individual functions, there is one thing in common for all these cells, and that is regardless of what type of cell it is inside your body, all your cell will need this energy called adenosine triphosphate to sustain its functions. Okay, can you move to the next slide, please? Yeah. Okay, in other words, all your cells inside your body will need this energy called ATP energy to sustain its function. Even despite, for example, if you are a very health conscious guy, you taking a lot of nutrition products, which makes your cell very strong and healthy, but inside your body, if it is without if your body without having this ATP energy, your cells still won't be able to function well. Now, next slide. In actual fact, our own body actually produces this ATP energy every day inside our body. How it is produced? it is actually produced through a simple process of photosynthesis as well as cell respiration. We know that everything begins with light. The sunlight will give the light energy to the plants. The plants together with water plus CO2, it will start to make food. Am I right? Now, who in terms will start to eat all this food? We human beings or living organisms. For example, if you're talking about eating rice today, when rice goes into your body, automatically this will be converted into glucose. Your glucose will be break down by the insulin produced by your pancreas. Now, once it is broken down, energy will be released and it will be absorbed by all the cells throughout your whole body. Now, in each individual cell inside your body, it actually contains a lot of this peanut shape of things, you can see from the picture. We call it the mitochondria. The mitochondria is actually the powerhouse of your cell. How your own body actually produce your ATP energy every day, it is actually through the food that you eat. It's broken down, absorbed by your cell, and through the mitochondria, it will start to produce this ATP energy to be supplied throughout your whole body for the function of your cell. This is how your own body actually produces this ATP energy every day. But unfortunately, as time goes by, you will realize that the production of this ATP energy inside your body is getting lower and lower. And the best indicator that you will realize that your energy level is getting lower and lower as well. Why does this happen? Next slide, please. It is mainly due to all these issues. You can put on the whole slide, Leo. Yeah. Now, environmental issues, your diet, especially those who like to eat goreng food, and especially, but my personal opinion is that the key factors that affects the production of ATP energy inside your body is actually your lifestyle. Now, if you look at all our lifestyle today, I'm sure majority of you are using handphones today every day. Am I right? Some even one handphone is not enough. Some even use 2 or 3 handphones. And of course, our lifestyle as well. How many of us actually sleep at least every night at 10 p.m. and at least one day sleep for 7 hours and above? I can tell you, majority of us are not doing that. Now, a lot of the time, because of all these factors which damage your cell, if your cell cannot quickly repair by itself, then in long term, it also will affect the production of this ATP energy inside your body as well. Once the production of ATP energy inside your body is getting lower and lower, what will happen? Next slide, please. Now, once the production of ATP energy is getting lower and lower inside your body, first of all, you will realize that your energy level is getting lower and lower as well. But the most important thing is that once there is a low ATP energy production, what will happen is that all your cell won't be able to function well. Now, if all the cells inside your body won't be able to function well, then in long terms, it can affect your organs' performance as well. That is why all the aging, all the health issues start to crop out. I do not know whether you all realize all these things or not. Last time when I was very young, I always thought that, all these health issues like, high blood pressure, stroke, heart attack, this health issue is only applicable for those people who are 50 years old and above. But if you look at today's world, do you realize that all this health issue is getting younger and younger? I've seen people who are, 20 over years old have to start to inject insulin. And even people who are 30 over years old, just one heart attack, his life is completely gone. But on the other hand, if you can maintain the production of ATP energy high inside your body, what will happen? If there is a high level of production of ATP energy, what will happen is that you will feel very energetic. Number 2, with high level of ATP energy production, all your cells will be able to function well. Let me give you some simple example. If there's plenty of ATP energy inside your body, your new cell can grow well as well. If there is any damage to your cell with high level of ATP energy production, your cell will have enough energy to start quickly repair by itself. Even with high level of ATP energy production, what will happen is that your cell absorption is even better. Now, if your cell is able to function well, definitely your organs' performance will be fantastic as well, correct? Now, if your organs' performance is fantastic, usually those people who are having good organs performance, high level of ATP production, these are the people who are going to feel youthful, energetic, and healthy. So we know that as time goes by, this production of ATP energy is getting lower and lower. So the next question is there any way we can restore this production of ATP energy? Yes, there are ways, okay? But usually when I'm doing presentation, I always like to give people two choices. Now, the first choice is, if you want to restore your ATP energy quickly and fast, my suggestion is don't stay in the town anymore. Move yourself deep into the forest. Why move into the forest? Because inside the forest, there's plenty of green, oxygen level is plenty, there's no pollution issues. And of course, if you move into the forest, make sure you leave all your handphones, all your iPad, computer behind. Anyway, inside the forest, there is no line at all. Okay? And at the same time, if you stay inside the forest, you do not have the luxury of, choosing your food. Inside the forest, you have to eat everything that is natural. Okay? You don't have the luxury of wanting to have Penang chao kway teow or bak kut teh or all these things. At the same time, inside the forest, if you want to travel from one place to another place, you don't have the luxury of driving your Mercedes, Honda, BM. You want to travel from one place to another place, you have to walk. Walking is exercising, am I right? Now, if you really stay inside the forest in this way for a certain period of time, I can tell you the restoration of your ATP energy production will be very fast and very complete. But the question here is, how many of us can do that? How many of us can do that? I can tell you, majority of us can't. Even today, if half an hour you look at your phone, nobody WhatsApp you, you also will ask, what happened to my handphone? Why nobody WhatsApp me or things like that? So even though this is one of the solution, it is not the best solution. The other much more better solution is actually by using this device called IM laser. What does IM actually stands for? Last time some people told me it looks like Satu Malaysia laser, but anyway, it is not Satu Malaysia laser. IM actually stands for integrative medicine. Okay, integrative medicine laser. As I mentioned just now, IM laser is actually an integration of cold laser technology plus the Eastern acupuncture treatment plus the magnetic therapy. Now, whenever you wear it on your wrist and on your nose, one of the key functions is actually to helps your body to restore the production of ATP energy inside your body, so that once the ATP energy production is restored, all your cell will be able to restore its own function, inclusive of cell growth, cell repair, as well as cell absorptions. Now, I did mention about acupuncture as well. So some of the people will start asking, where does the acupuncture comes from? Our mind is that anything related with acupuncture is always related with needles, am I right? But for this device, where does the acupuncture comes from? And a lot of people, some even ask, a lot of people also tell me that, they found it is very inconvenient to put it on your nose, to wear this nostril line on your nose. Why do you need to wear it on your nose? It is very inconvenient, uncomfortable. Some people might feel that, it looks horrible as well. Now, in actual fact, let me just explain further where does the acupuncture comes from, why do you need to wear on your nose and everything. But the first thing first, in order for you to wear this device, you have to wear it on your wrist as well as on your nose. Now, the first question here is, why do you need to wear it on your left wrist instead of right wrist? Now, why left wrist? The reason is because it is nearer to your heart. It is nearer to your heart. That is why it is more effective. Okay, and the second question is, why do you need to wear it on your nose? Can you move to the next slide, please?